Computer, install a recursive algorithm.
Algorithm installed.
Try it again. Dr. Mousset. My friends told me well. It's a pleasure to meet you, Krell. And you, good man, what's your name? Actually, I'm in between names at the moment. I'm an emergency medical hologram. Interesting. But his friends call him Doc. Aha. May I presume? Certainly. So, Doc, how can an old surgeon like me help a technological marvel such as yourself? Oh, well, I've got a patient with a rather unusual problem. She's become fused with a non-humanoid life form I know nothing about. Non-humanoid exobiology happens to be one of my specialties. That's exactly why we created your program. Program? You're a hologram today. Interesting. I'd like to see the patient right away. Mr. Key, would you do the honors, please? No problem. Listen, if he destabilizes again, you take him offline and call. Understood. Lieutenant, may I present Krell Mousset? It's a pleasure. She's been drifting in and out of consciousness. Don't be rude, Lieutenant. You hear? No offense, Doc, but he's just a brilliant scientist who's here to help us. Mr. Krell. I can see why you're having difficulty. His physiology doesn't match any of the standard templates in our database. My guess would be a cytoplasmic life form. I agree. And from what I can tell, it has co-opted her vital system. No, the traits of living are less pronounced. Plain non-human hybrid. Exactly. That's what your instincts about the creature are equally insightful. I'm afraid this one is going to require more than a visual assessment. You have an isomolecular scanner. No, just a standard issue Starfleet tricorder. You're having problems making an accurate diagnosis. I suggested an upgrade to the Starfleet people at a joint medical conference. But they assumed I was just an arrogant Cardassian trying to prove his superiority. Or maybe they thought I was a spy. I hope you weren't too offended. Unfortunate reality. Sometimes even fighting races find common ground. I may be able to recalibrate this thing.
That's what I'm playing right now.
Someone who Starfleet appreciates me.
I instructed the computer to assign a symbol to all the tones received in the transmission.
Looks like there were over 10,000 separate sounds used in this section of the message.
It's going to be a tough code to crack.
Maybe we can get a little help from the alien vessels database.
Good idea. Jamie to 7 of 9. Yes. Any chance of downloading the aliens' databanks? We're looking for anything that might help us understand their language. We don't know how much time B'Elanna has left.
We must move quickly. The vessel is on the verge of a complete systems failure. Prepare to download the data.
I heard the captain.
Is there a problem?
No problem.
You seem uncomfortable taking orders from me.
It's just that I'm used to taking orders from B'Elanna, that's all. And to tell you the truth.
She doesn't like me. I am aware of that. However, the captain left me in charge during Lieutenant Torres' absence. Her feelings about me are relevant. Activate the interface transceiver. Begin the download.
I'm picking up a fluctuation in the alien ship's power source.
Select the interface transceiver. Reinitialize.
I'm working on it. Its systems are overloading.
Red alert. Engineering the bridge. The alien vessel is destabilizing. Destruction is imminent.
Can you download the information first?
We're trying.
Captain, it's going to explode.
Heads in. Back us off.
What do we know so far?
The life form has taken control of her body at the autonomic level, drawing proteins from her tissues, white blood cells from her arteries,
Which can be interpreted in several ways.
a form of attack.
I find it odd that a species would evolve an attack mechanism when we leave it so vulnerable. Why not do its damage and retreat?
A parasite, perhaps.
Yes, I think so, but not any ordinary variety. It's unlikely it could sustain itself like this over the long term.
Its own systems are damaged. It's doing this as a stopgap measure to keep itself alive.
So the patient's heart, lungs, they're all augmenting the alien's damaged system.
It's using B'Elanna as a life preserver.
But if it needs her to survive, it's not about to let go without a fight.
I'd like to think that's a fight you and I can win.
This should have access to my laboratory. It has all... Well, we'll just have to improvise.
Not necessarily. We may be able to create a reasonable facsimile of your laboratory in our holodeck, providing, of course, you can give an accurate description.
Hey there. I know.
Nice.
But don't worry if this thing on. I just think I could force you to listen to rock and roll and you wouldn't be able to do a thing about it. Relax. He's just a hologram. A specialist in exobiology. The doc thinks he might be able to help you. Apparently, this guy's the best. Besides, he's just a walking database.
He's got this. As far as I'm concerned, cold-blooded killers.
I understand how you feel. Unfortunately, that cold-blooded killer may be the only one who can save your life.
Impressive. Is this where you did your work on the Fostosa virus?
No, actually, I was on Vapor at the time during the occupation. A sad chapter in Cardassian history. No business being there. Try telling that to the politicians. When I think of the resources that were squandered, the lives that were lost.
From what I understand, you've saved thousands of lives.
In retrospect, I don't know how. The military had everything they needed, but the civilian hospitals, no staff, the crudest equipment.
Don't tell me you were forced to improvise.
Yes,
I know what that's like.
I didn't have the resources to try traditional methods, so I experimented with procedures that never would have occurred to me under ordinary circumstances. The discovery of the cure.
Accidental, really. You're being honest. No, medical history. It's crest of that.
Awards are important, Doc. It's the work that matters, of course.
Still, the recognition of your peers in the government must be very satisfying.
I'm sure you made your share of breakthroughs.
Naturally. Unfortunately, no one from Starfleet ever hears about them. I toil in obscurity.
Why don't you show me your patient records? At least I'll know about your accomplishments.
All right.
Everything seems to be in order. Shall we do?
Computer, create a holographic recreation of the alien in sick bay.
And a cortical stimulator. Yes.
Captain's log, supplemental. While the doctor seems to be making progress, Commander Chakotay and I have hit a wall in our attempt to decipher the alien message. It was a distress call, right? So maybe if we retransmitted that message, others of the species would realize we need their help.
We don't know where they are.
We'll send it on all subspace bands. The doctor's pretty sure the aliens said we tried to survive. It'll be a difficult first contact, but we might find a way to communicate.
With the shot.
Reroute auxiliary power to the deflector dish. Retransmit the alien's message on all subspace bands.
Hi, Captain. Deflector at full capacity.
Chakotay.
I'm sorry, my boy tells me I'm tone deaf. You
like that. I think we're ready for a look inside. Scalpel?
If you may say so, this appears to be a rather crude instrument.
I often find the simplest tools the most effective. All of our elaborate scanners reveal us from our subjects. Actually, feeling the anatomy, the consistency. Why don't you do the honors? Make a vertical incision, say 12 centimeters starting here. Keep going. Extraordinary. Look at that series of nodes.
They appear to be clustered along the primary node,
Multiple neocortices, I'd say.
suggesting a highly intelligent species.
Yes, but also presenting us with a point of attack. If we induce a neurostatic shock in one of these nodes, I believe it will travel to the others. The creature will lose motor function and we'll be able to remove it.
The procedure will probably kill the creature.
Probably.
I'd like to find a way to save them whole.
So would I in an ideal situation. Right on. This is your crewmate.
This is a sentient life form. For all we know, it could be this species undesigned. It's Picasso.
Or it could be a psychotic criminal. The point is, we don't know, and we have choices to make.
Your program's destabilizing.
This is such poor timing.
I'll have to take you offline, but don't worry about it. I'll be right again in no time. Computer, take medical consultant program offline. Doctor to Ensign Kim.
Go ahead, Doc.
Our new program is destabilizing.
I'll meet you in the sick bay. We'll try to reinitialize it there.
Take work in the scalp.
Yes, sir.
Try again.
Good luck.
Would it be easier if we reduce the hologram's memory load?
Maybe, but I don't want to do that unless we absolutely have to.
What's going on?
My consultant's gone offline.
The Cardassian. Can lead them off.
I'm surprised by your attitude, Lieutenant. I never took you for someone who would make generalizations based on race.
When it comes to Cardassian, everything's true.
I understand your experience with them was unpleasant. But if you give Krell a chance, I think you'll find that he's a friendly, compassionate man. Not to mention a genius who's trying to save your life.
Skip the introductions and success.
Suit yourself. But you should know I plan on asking you to keep him on as a permanent consultant.
The only one who's going to have a problem with that.
How's it coming?
We're close.
Actually, I think I should do it.
Good. Computer, reactivate medical consultant program, Beta 1.
Hello again. My God. What's wrong? Is Krell dead?
Yes. Do I know you?
He killed my brother. My grandfather. Hundreds of people. He's a mass murderer. You must be mistaken.
It's no mistake. Mosette performed experiments on living people. Thousands of Bajorans were killed in the so-called hospital.
Is this true?
No. There must be some misunderstanding.
A liar.
Whoa, take it easy, Tabor. Whoa, he's just a hologram.
I'm upsetting him. Shouldn't go.
I'm sorry about this. Computer, transfer medical consultant program to holodeck 2. I can still remember the sounds his instruments made. The screams of his patients. The smell. Chemicals of dead flesh. He operated on my grandfather. Exposed his internal organs to Nadion radiation. It took 6 days for him to die. He blinded people so he could study how they adapted. Exposed them to polytrinic acid just to see how long it would take for their skin to heal. Ensign, the man you're accusing cured the phosphorus virus. He stopped an epidemic that killed thousands of Bajorans. By infecting hundreds of people. So that he could experiment with different treatments.
Old helpless people. Like my grandfather. Because he considered their lives worthless.
How do you know this?
Everybody.
I remember some of the Maquis under my command talking about an infamous Cardassian doctor.
Coincidentally, have been rumors spread by Bajorans who hated the Cardassians.
I was there.
I don't understand why this isn't in our database.
The Cardassians didn't exactly publicize their wartime medical practices. I wouldn't be surprised if the real Moset went on to live a normal life.
He's the chairman of exobiology at the University of Kubat. We may not be able to do anything about the real Moset commander, but the program should be destroyed. Every trace of that man's research should be deleted from the database.
I had a bad feeling about that hologram set last night.
Like your instinct was right. You're kidding, right?
Dead serious.
B'Elanna.
If I let that pig outlive me, I'll be benefiting from other people's suffering.
You're not being rational.
I won't do it.
What's happening?
Cytotoxin levels are going through the roof. Pulse is rapid and irregular.
No doubt you said something to upset her. What she's upset about, Doc, is your Cardassian buddy.
She refuses to let him treat her.
Do it without him. I don't know that I can find another.
She's going into cytotoxic shock.
Shoot the rams in abruptly. I managed to stabilize Lieutenant Torres for the time being, but the matter of how to proceed with her treatment remains unresolved.
Ensign, you wanted to see me? We've been looking for evidence that might support Tabor's accusations.
Anything?
Actually, that's why we called you here. It's not looking good. You show me.
We've been reviewing data on the Cardassian occupation for sure. The alleged site of the sex crimes.
Strategic information, log entries kept in battle, sensor scans from Starfleet vessels. This, for example, requisition records from one of Chromosets hospitals.
He was purchasing
Of course he needed samples of the virus. That's how vaccines are developed. Take a look at the requisition records. Mosaic didn't ask for any of the enzymes normally required for synthesizing a vaccine. It gets worse. 4 days after the virus, there was a minor outbreak of osteosis, a significant resource.
prioritizing or not in a single case for the entire province.
I have to report these findings to Commander Chakotay.
It is curious. The Borg were accused of assimilating information within the regard for life. This Cardassian did the same, and yet his behavior was tolerated.
There you are. I'm almost ready to begin the surgery. Lieutenant Torres won't allow you to have anything to do with her treatment.
Because of that, Major.
We gathered some corroborating evidence. Appears that he's telling the truth. You committed a series of atrocities during the Cardassian War. Thousands of Bajorans died on your surgical tables.
That's absurd. And even if it were true, I'm only a hologram. And I have no memory of those events. They're not part of my program.
But you are the holographic representation of Krell Moset. Your program, despite all its brilliance, is based on his work. He infected patients, exposed them to polytrinic acid, and mutilated their living bodies. And now we're using the evidence of those experiments, medically, ethically. What do you suggest we do about it? I'm not sure. You may have to delete your program. Delete. What about our patient? I suppose I have to try and treat her on my own. No offense, but I realize that.
precision. You know there's always a price to pay for the advancement of medical science.
Sometimes that price is too high. Torture?
Your word, not mine. I cured the Faustosa virus, didn't I? So these experiments you say I conducted obviously helped me devise a treatment. Imagine how many lives would have been lost if I hadn't eliminated this disease.
That doesn't justify using people in laboratory experiments.
As I explained to you, during the occupation, I was forced to improvise. I used what resources I had.
And ethical considerations, they mean nothing to you.
Ethics are arbitrary. How do you suppose the database was developed? God, half the medical knowledge acquired on Earth came through experiments on lower animals.
But not people at all.
It's convenient to draw a line between higher and lower species.
This is the 24th century, Krell. Your kind of barbarism ended a long time ago. Or at least it should have.
What difference does it make how long ago the research occurred? What matters is use it to help patients today. Now, are you going to delete my program and all of the research it contains? Or are we going to use it to save B'Elanna's life?
Come in. Commander. This request of yours to be relayed to duty. I have the right to resign my commission. For what reason? Moral objections to the ship's medical policy. I understand how difficult this is for you. But you've got to let go of the past. Focus on today. And today, B'Elanna's life is in danger. Everything else should be put aside.
You don't have the right to violate the memory of my family. As long as that Cardassian knows exactly what you're doing.
It's not that simple.
It is to me. Krell that killed thousands of hospitals. As long as we're willing to benefit from his research, we're no better than he is.
If I had weeks, or even days, maybe I could come up with an alternative. But time is of the essence, and Moset's idea will work.
Then you've got to use it.
Even if the doctor could perform the surgery without Moset's help, he'd still be using the man's research. That would be going against B'Elanna's wishes.
We're talking about a woman who has alien tendrils sapping the life out of her. She's obviously not thinking straight.
On the contrary, her concerns are based in logic.
Logic?
If the doctor uses knowledge that Moset gained through his experiments, he would be validating his methods, inviting further unethical research.
He's setting a terrible precedent.
We're in the middle of the Delta Quadrant. Who would know?
We would know.
Fine. Let's just deactivate the evil hologram and let B'Elanna die, and at least we'd have our morals. Shoot, Chicote, since when do you care what Starfleet thinks?
This isn't about rules and regulations. This is about doing what's right.
You've spoken like a true Maquis. Well, if you just set aside your hatred of the Cardassian for 1 second...
Enough, Lieutenant.
All right. The arguments have been made, and we're running out of time. That is, you're both right. So when it comes down to it, the only issue I'm concerned about is the well-being of that crew member lying in sick bay. We'll wrestle with the
Hey, what's up, man?
There, after the setup. Doctor, you have my authorization to proceed to Cosette's assistance. Any consequences of this decision will be my responsibility.
How's your night going, dude?
Thanks.
Not much. Just playing some zombies.
Series of high frequencies. They are getting louder. See those Vulcan ears of yours.
I hear it too. Anything else?
It appears to be an alien concept by escalating wavelengths.
Origin.
unknown. Captain, the vessel just dropped out of warp, approaching fast with the port valve.
I'm safe.
Let me dampen that a little. Negative.
Harry, tell me that was just their way of saying hello.
I wish I could. The universal translator doesn't come.
Perhaps they are waiting for our response.
Open the channel. All subspace balance. This is Captain Janeway of the Federation Starship Voyager. We cannot interpret your message, but please find it. We are on a peaceful mission and we intend you no harm. We have one of your kind on board our ship. It's injured. We're attempting to provide treatment. See if you can understand this.
I'm ready to stimulate the primary neural pathway. Applying it to the primary neocortex. Motor control is weakening, but not enough to release the patient. Friend, so bigger control. I'm increasing the pulse frequency.
The synapses are degenerated. You're killing me.
Doctor, not when we're this close.
Lower the pulse frequency.
If I do that, the creature will regain control.
I don't care. Lower the pulse.
Doctor!
Lower the pulse frequency or I'll take your program offline.
You realize you're reducing our chances of saving her.
We should be able to achieve the same results at a lower frequency.
Not particularly efficient.
That might prove interesting. I'm reading an energy surge in their forward section.
Shield! Doctor DeBree, the holodec's going offline. What's happening up there?
Stand by, Doctor.
They locked onto us with some sort of tractor beam. It's draining our power.
Reroute emergency power to a holodeck. Send an anti-matter surge through the shield matrix. See if that boosts their grip.
No effect. We do have weapons.
No. If they wanted to destroy us, they wouldn't be using a tractor beam. They're trying to rescue their crew member.
Captain.
This isn't about logic, Tuvok. It's about instinct. No, I may not speak your language, but I have a gut feeling they don't want an armed conflict any more than we do.
We should play some zombies after I die here. What do you think?
Almost there, Captain. It's losing motor control. The tendrils are withdrawing from her lungs, liver, kidneys. Alien signs are failing.
Could we restore its own power? Perhaps 340 milligrams of Centrum.
It's going in anaphylactic shock. All right, increasing the dosage to 60 milligrams.
The clock power index 7 to 12. Shields are failing, Captain.
Doctor?
Stand by, Captain. Anaphylaxis is subsiding.
These electrolytic reactions aren't easy. Metabolism is stabilizing.
Breathe, beam light force to its ship. Transport complete.
The alien should be withdrawn, Captain.
You're welcome.
Holy fuck, I'm getting close.
I released Balana to her quarters.
Her condition.
Safety. But her nerves suffered extreme trauma. She'll need time for several days at least. I should caution you, Captain. When we used Mozet's program, she was unhappy. I merely had to sedate her.
Sounds like the Klingon temper has fully recovered.
Practically qualifies as a chronic condition.
I'll speak to her.
There's one more topic of concern. Should we delete the program or keep Mosette?
Well, that sucks.
For future emergencies?
Doesn't quite believe it's up to you, Doctor. You're the chief medical officer on the ship, as far as I'm concerned. There's no one more qualified than you to make that decision. But please make it quickly, and leave it to resolve this matter. There's been enough moral controversy on this ship for one day. Come in. Hey. last resident set off the environmental alarm. It's a combination of mental and feeling any better? I'm alive. I hope you can understand why I'm writing this speech. Busy news on the I know you're angry, but we need to put this behind us. Understood? Yes. You can't order someone to get rid of an emotion, Captain. You had no right